on emerging technological challenges in electric vehicle. On behalf of Annapurna Engineering College Management Principal, I would like to welcome our resource person, Mr. T. Muthukumaran. Welcome, sir. Next, I would like to welcome all the participants from various institutions. And once again, I welcome you for this third day
அவங்க
session.
அப்புறம் பண்ணுங்கன்றேன். இல்ல அவங்க மாதிரி வெல்கம் அட்ரஸ் பண்ணிட்டு நீங்க ஷேர் பண்ணுங்கன்றேன்.
Sure.
வெல்கம் அட்ரஸ் பண்ணிட்டு நீங்க ஷேர்.
You can share the. Sir, I can share the screen, sir. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Briefly.
Sir, shall I share my screen, sir?
So one second, question is the. After that, you can share.
Giving the introduction about Dr. T. Muthukumaran, sir. He has a technical skills, having hands-on workshops, working knowledge on five branch of PLC, ability write on ladder logic program for any industrial application. Also having the knowledge on HME program, SCADA on interfacing the PLC with HME, knowledge on VFDS. He has worked in Delta servo drive in conveyor application in interfacing with the Delta PLC, and also having the hands-on experience in pneumatics and electro-pneumatics. He has hands-on experience in installing the rooftop on grid solar system. Successfully installed a 250 kilowatt plant in NSIC. And also having the knowledge on ISO TS 16949, ISO 14001 2004, and having some of the technical software knowledge, having the knowledge on electrical design software called Power, knowledge on fluidism pneumatic simulation software, it is product of Festo, and also having the hands-on working experience in solar simulation software called Solar Pro and PV system software. Having the process meter calibrations also he having USB testing, hands-on experience in testing UPS as per manufacturer technical specification with regular equipment meet for testing. So far, he tested UPS rating of 0.5 kilowatts and 5 kilowatts. Energy audit. Here's the energy audit system individually carried out the load study in induction furnace of load 580 kilowatts. He done the project in existing timer time with the temperature control in furnace, thereby served for 40,000 units. He conducted the major electrical audit of SCR, Southern Central Railway, for the carriage repair shop located in Tirupati. Conducted electrical safety audit for pharma industry at Hyderabad. And also he have a training activity. He attended training activities. I created a new training model. In the model I created customized training program in the areas of automation, solar PV systems, and ECAD and electrical designing in NSIC Hyderabad. Thank you, sir. Now the sessions will be handed over to P. Muthukumaran, sir. Muthukumaran, sir.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Sir, you can share this slide, sir.
Yes, madam. I will be sharing, madam.
Okay.
Are you able to see my screen, madam? Just a minute. You are able to see my screen, no, madam?
Yeah, now sharing, sir.
Okay, madam. Now you are able to see my PPT, no, madam?
Yes, sir. Sharing, sir.
Okay, madam. Okay. So thank you for giving the brief introduction about myself. So I'm appreciating and giving the best wishes for the College of Management and the staff faculty members of Annapurna Engineering College for taking these good initiatives on EV technology. I'm very happy to be part of these initiatives and giving the planning to, as well as giving my valuable knowledge which I have been acquired through my practical experience. So thank you all the people who have been given this slot. So today my topic which I'm going to share my knowledge especially on EVSE and EV ecosystem. And today I'm going to have the discussion such a way that what are the electrical vehicles are there and how the electrical vehicles can be charged. That's the reason we given a topic EVSE. EVSE stands for Electrical Vehicle Supply Equipment. So Today, before going to the technical things, these are the 4 areas where I'm going to pay some attention on this thing. Here, what are the types of EV vehicles are there, and what are the components of EV vehicles are there, and majorly I'm going to focus on what are the charging methodologies are there, and what are the types of charging methodologies are there, and what are the standards are applicable for the charging. That are things I'm going to discuss. And last but not least, I'm going to discuss about the policy, because being a policy is going to make the very vital thing. With the policy only we are able to drive, and we are going to the EV things. That what policies are going to say, we'll have the overall outline about this policy. I hope my voice is audible. Can you confirm it, please?
It's audible, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you for confirming. So before going to the future of electrical vehicle, I think many people will be knowing the Professor Tony Seba. I think he's one of the famous professor. He has been articled a very good book called Clean Disruption. It is a majorly focusing on energy transformation. It is a famous book written by you. He is basically an entrepreneur, and he is basically a management faculty and working in Stanford University. And he is articled many books, especially on clean energy system. And most of the article has been rated in most of the journal. As per his view related to electrical vehicle, he said that as per this view, by 2030, 100% the car will be having only running by electrical thing. And most of the car will be autonomous. That means there will be no any manual driving of vehicle will be required. Everything will be automatic by using the sensor and using the concept of IoT. Will be able to drive the car without having anything. That is called as autonomous. And one more thing is, by 2020, most of the cars will be having the running through solar. These are the 3 important prediction has been done by the famous professor Tony Seba. As per view, we can say that we have been 2021. So another 10 years, there'll be drastical changes will be happening in the electrical vehicle technology. So if it's going to happen, there will be a real booming of electrical vehicle, and dependent on your fossil fuel will greatly will reduce. As you know that now I'm going to put general question to you in front of you. Can anyone tell what is the lifetime or what is the existence of your fossil fuel, especially on coal? As per the government of India, they predicted the fossil fuel, especially the coal, how long it will be available based on the current trend using of the coal. Anyone having any idea on this thing? Participant? So okay. As per the recent issue given by the government of India related to the coal, they predicted that the coal will be available for next 135 years. That means 135 years. After 135 years, we cannot able to see coal for our power generation. There will be complete exhaustion of our depletion of the coal will be happening in the earth's surface. If it is a situation is happening after 135 years, there will be a real tough game will be happening in the scenario. That means most of the power which has been taken from the grid is completely dominated by your thermal power plant. Roughly 55 to 60% of power we are taking only from thermal based power station. If this coal is not available for 125 after 135 years, think about that our suffocation, and think about the electrification. That is a biggest threat is in front of us. That's the reason government is slowly focusing on renewable energy, and government is giving the direct we can say they're giving some kind of channelizer to may go for a electrical vehicle. That means here the electrical vehicle should be charged through the your renewable energy. As per the this Professor Tony Seba, we can say that most of the vehicle which is to be electrified, having the electrical vehicle should be powered by the renewable energy. Means the dependency on your fossil fuel get reduced. Thereby we can able to increase the lifetime of your thermal based power plant. That means we can increase the lifetime of the coal, so that our future generation will not face any kind of emergency because of shortage of your electricity. There is a major initiative which has been taken by all the governments throughout the world. A lot of the top countries has been G20, G10, all the company, all the top peoples are taking the initiatives, and they have been taking the initiative to promote to go for renewable energy. As per the thing, we can say that as per the thing, we can say that the electrical vehicle stock in scenario 2018 to 2030, we can say that the first country which has been standing, it will be China and France, Germany. We can see that they each and every government has been taken initiative to ban the existing petrol vehicle or fossil based running vehicle. So China has been slowly actively considering and studying the ban for running the fossil based fuel, that is which is going to be run through the petrol as well as diesel vehicle. And France is going to stop the vehicle by 2040. And India is almost far ahead behind the other countries. We can say that the government of India is planning to ban the petrol vehicle by 2030. We can see that the top emerging countries have been slowly start migrating the vehicle existing fossil based fuel into electrical based vehicle. So if this initiative is showing that all the countries are worldwide has been slowly tilting their ideas, tilting the technology towards the your electrical vehicle. It is only the promising technology where people can able to have the green environment as well as green society can be existing in the society. Okay. When coming to the why cars will be electrical by 2030, what is the reason why there is a shift is going to happening from the fossil based fuel to the electrical vehicle? Major reason will be the electric car will be cheaper than gasoline by 20. That means we can say that as per the prediction given by the Tesla, the electrical car running cost will be getting less compared to the your gasoline based car, and cheaper in fuel
Hello.
cost by.
ஹலோ
Yes,
சொல்லுங்க. சொல்லுங்க.
I'm getting disturbance. Can
வந்துட்டீங்களா?
others can mute your mic.
விசாலாக்ஸ் நகர் இந்த குரு ஸ்டோர் தெரியுமா உங்களுக்கு? லாஸ்ட் வந்து லெஃப்ட் எடுத்து சின்ன இன்னொரு ரைட். அதே ரோட்ல ரைட் சைடுல ஒரு 6வது வீடு வரும். பிளாக் கலர் கேட். ஒரு அலுமினியம் ஷீட் இறங்கி இருக்கும். சேஃப்னா லேண்ட் போட்டுருக்கோம். சரிங்களா?
Hello, are you able to hear my voice?
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Okay, sir. Because I'm getting some disturbances, so that's the reason I stopped my presentation. So okay, thank you for continuing. I'll be resuming my schedule. Okay. The major things is that nothing but the running cost of the fuel will be reducing by more than 10 times, and very less maintenance cost will be reduced by 5 times. And we can say that where Tesla is lost the car, almost 4 lakhs car has been booked within 7 days. That is a booming technology, and people has been towards inclination towards this electrical vehicle. This gives us the confident for the people to go for a electrical vehicle. Coming to the always when in technology is growing, there will be always some kind of challenges will also be there. The challenges can also be called as a new problem. We can say that now, as per the current scenario, only the 5% of we can say that almost 5% of time the cars are on road. That means on traffic, other thing. With autonomous cars, there will be on road will be 20 to 30% of time. That means the traffic times density of the traffic will be increased by 5% to 20%. Then what will happen to road traffic? Since we have been stuck up with the road because of this autonomous, because of population of more personal vehicle as well public transport, means what will happen? What is your idea? Anyone having any idea of this thing? What happens to road traffic? Definitely we'll be having the suffering in the, we have to spend more time on the road for transferring from one place to other place. For that only people have been moving to the next technology called as aerial vehicle technology. What is meaning of aerial vehicle technology? What is meaning of aerial vehicle? Just a minute.
They're traveling through air.
Fantastic, sir. Fantastic. So actually here what happening, most of the companies are working on it, and we can say that the countries like Germany and China is already in that moving for aerial vehicle technology. And that few of the companies which I came across in my knowledge, I think you may be knowing about the company called Lenium company, which has been already started experimenting the movement of the aerial autonomous vehicle.